Solo.
And hello! Welcome to Solo Playthroughs on this exciting Friday, the last Friday of January. Can you believe that this year is already 1 month in? It's so nuts! And I still owe you all a top 10 for January, which I will film and get up early next week because I'm running out of time. So here we go with Set a Watch. I will say review copy, not even sent to me, just hand delivered to me by Rock Manor Games, and didn't really know what to expect. This game definitely it hit the market. There was some buzz about it, and then kind of no one talks about it. And I was like, oh, we'll see, we'll check it out. And I love it. I go, love it, love it, love it. And I've been thinking a lot about this game and Siege of Valeria and Last Bastion. And they all do like a lot of similar things. I think Siege of Valeria is probably like a combo of Set a Watch and Last Bastion for me in a lot of ways. This is my favorite of the three, and I don't, I could probably articulate that a little bit better as I think more about it. But there's just a lot of things that this game does that I really like. The challenge is always pretty high and consistent. If you watch my Siege of Valeria playthrough, there's a lot of things I love about that game too. I do think it's way too easy generally, notwithstanding the fact that I got smashed in my first attempt yesterday. But if you watch the second attempt, you kind of see how things can really snowball to your favor in that game. And that game becomes more like a beat your own score in a sense where you're trying to have as many creatures unused by the end of the game and how many cards you have unused by the end of the game. This game is more like, woof, you just need to try to survive to win. Last time I played was two-handed with my friend Zach, and we managed to pull off a pretty emphatic victory, which was pretty cool. I realized that for forgetting a rule about when you rest, you refresh a card. So we were actually playing on hard mode, even harder than insane mode, and still pulled it off. I think the heroes you use will have a radical effect on how easy or hard this can feel. And the heroes that I randomly had last time were the Bard, the Beastmaster, the Rogue, and the Wizard. That's a tough combo. I think we'll have better results today with the Warrior over here, the Ranger, the Knight, and the Cleric. And again, I just wanted to feature all 8. This might not be a combo I would prefer generally because I do think it would be a little easier, but we'll see. Still playing on insane mode, still going to have a random campfire lit at the start of the game, so we could definitely have some things really snowball on us. Still could have some really awful unhallows that join us early, and that would be awful. So let's see if we can pull this victory off today. If someone can pop in the chat, let me know that we are good with the audio. I get a little paranoid about that, but there's good reason. There's good reason for my paranoia. At least that's what I tell myself and the voices in my head. All right, we're going to shuffle these 3 cards. These are the end locations. We're going to pick one. I'm going to take the middle one because I rolled a 4. The other 2 come out of the game, and I'm doing that first. Why? Because I wanted to let you all know that I had a rules mistake. I know, never happened before. So the thing that I was doing wrong is when the other 2 final locations do come out of the game, it is kind of buried in the middle of a paragraph. And I'm not trying to make an excuse for it. This rulebook I think is actually mostly good. So high praise from me. So the other 2 final locations do come out of the game. I think I had to shuffle them in to the unused location deck last time. That was wrong, but I didn't do much scouting last time anyway, so it didn't really have an impact on play. But yeah, that is our final location, and I can go ahead and put that right there. Out of the rest of the locations, we're going to go ahead and shuffle this up and take 8 of them. How many? 8, that's right. There are a bunch of them. I do have the Deluxe Edition of this game, so that does mean that I have the 11 extra location cards that come with the Deluxe Edition. The locations can definitely drive you will definitely have a big effect on your ability to win this game. Some really bad combos of locations can make this super hard. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why 8? Because there's going to be 8 rounds before the final round. The final round is going to make the 9th round. So advanced math for y'all. 8 plus 1 is 9. I know some of you were really going to struggle with that one, so happy to help you out with some quick math. We're going to have the extra, what are these called? They're called a thing. They have a symbol that makes them a thing. I don't know. They're the respite cards. The respite locations, we're going to shuffle them in with the unused locations. So these are locations we would like to find if we do some check map actions for the person who is in camp. So we'll shuffle these up. Booyah. Like so, and we'll put them right in the box. So again, we've all seen Final Girl and how it uses a box as part of the game experience and uses it as a board. I love it, but I think it was Set a Watch who did it first, at least out of games that are in my collection, and really like how I just think that's an extra layer of creativity that I enjoy. I was also very surprised that it had the relative. This box is small. This is a very small box game. It does have a fair bit. Does take quite a bit of table space, but I thought you have 4 heroes out. Again, in the 2-player game, you're still playing with 4 heroes. In a 3-player game, you're playing with 4 heroes. In a 4-player game, well, obviously you're playing with 4 heroes. I do like that from a design perspective because it says, hey, the designer was like, I'm going to make sure that this is the best game I can make it. And I just like, games that try to scale, they're just always scaling issues. And, what's the best player count and this and that? No, it's like this game, Madara, Dawn of the Zeds, you start with 4. That's how we've balanced it. That's how the game is supposed to go. And I think that's a pretty cool thing. All right, I am shuffling up the summons cards. At the Deluxe Edition, you have 9 summons cards. So I'm just going to totally shuffle these up. We're going to take 4, and we'll need these as we set up our creature deck. We're also going to have 2 acolytes, which are going to join the fun. So I have those set aside over here. And then we have our unhallowed deck. So I can shuffle these up. We're only going to have a certain number of these. And I will look at this. I'm doing this all out of order, kids. It is what it is. Unhallowed cards, how many of you are there? Come for the game, stay for the singing. It's what I always say. And I don't know why I decided to take a British accent there. Or not a British accent. I know someone's going to be like, that doesn't sound British at all. I'm like, I know. I just speak sometimes, people. Just let me speak. Take all of them. Da da da. All right, take all the shuffle them together without looking. Draw and place 1 into the horde pile face down. Remember, the horde are the beautiful creatures that we will end up facing at the end of the game. So whatever's in the horde, we'll see near at the end, and we might have to add other things there as the game unfolds. We're now going to take 7 more unhallowed cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to put this deck face up down hither. So we will see what the next unhallowed to be joining us is. It is the Phantom Cat. If there is at least 1 creature card before or after the Phantom Cat in line, the Phantom Cat is immune to damage and abilities. What a jerk. That's a thing we have to be concerned about. We're going to take the rest of this creature deck. There is a ton of them. I think it is, well, just not that many. There's 38 creatures, and we're going to take 28 of them from the deck. So we should have 10 left over by the time this is all done. If I am, again, see if math is failing me. Still nothing from the chat. Where are you, chat? Why is the chat so quiet? What's going on? Oh, I had a fun story today. So this is the first time this happened. Just making sure my chat is loaded in correctly. I got 4 concurrent viewers. Everyone's being quiet and shy. I get it. Yeah, so I sat down. Everything was great. I had my video check, my lighting, all that stuff, and I go to YouTube and I'm like getting things ready to start streaming, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna start in 2 hours. And I was like, oh, I'm 2 hours early for my own freaking stream. So yes, I forgot that we were starting at 1 today, which I do prefer these later start times. Usually a better time for more viewers. I have had to do a lot of earlier streams lately with the various things going on and travel and friends coming over in the afternoons and things like that. So just had to do some earlier streams lately. More streams will be at 11 o'clock, but happy to do a later one, but maybe not if none of y'all are free now anyway and are all watching this later. So let me know if people have preferences for times and stuff like that. Always happy to to take the advice. Paul DeJudas, greetings, Greg. I have a rare weekday off, and I'm happy you're playing through one of my favorite solo games. Hello, Paul. Good to see you, sir. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to take 28 cards off the top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be 10 left. 2, 4. No, there should be 8 left. Right, because the acolytes are creatures too. Excellent. So that's fine. So here are our 28 cards, and now we're going to take the 2 acolytes. We're going to shuffle these puppies in. They're like, we're not puppies. We're acolytes. We're actually human. Like, yeah, whatever, dude. You're a jerky jerk. You do jerky things in jerky ways, and that's just how I'm going to refer to you from now on. Jerky jerk. The embodiment of Jerky Jerk. Oh, I also realized I didn't change the title of this video, so it's the same title as last time. Lame. So if somebody wants to give me a creative title name, I will happily oblige and change that after this streamed. But I did not want to mess with the settings when everything was already set up to stream. So again, I will change the title later. So it is what it is. But I kind of like the art for the thumbnail. You know, little things that I do that I'm like, look at that, I'm so clever, because that's always a good way to be. All right, so that's being done, being shuffled, and now we're going to take these 30 cards. Since we're playing on Insane, we're going to have 4 summons cards, so I'm going to make 4 piles. There's going to be 8, 8, 7, 7. That does equal 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yoink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yoink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And no yoink that time. I know you're all expecting it. Just kind of wanted to keep you on your toes. And then we put the summons cards that we had set aside previously on top of that. And now I'm going to shuffle each of these. For anyone who's played Pandemic once, twice, or 3 billion times, this will all feel very familiar. We'll put this right here. We're going to do this again. Brian Skallick, better than being 2 hours late. Laugh out loud. Not even real cultist, only acolytes. Exactly. What weenies. How's it going, Greg? It's going, man. I am ready for the construction of my house to be done. You know, at least it's a lot quieter today. It's a lot quieter at 1 o'clock than it is at 11 o'clock in my house. So that's nice. Got some fun weekend plans. You know, with one of the kiddos, and Mrs. Playthrough's got a poker weekend, so I'll get some stuff done for the channel, which is really good. And Mrs. Playthrough's is a beast at the poker table, so if you see her at a table, watch out. She will take your money, and I'm not even going to apologize for that. So it is what it is. I'm going to shuffle these cards like I'm doing. I'm not going to do that. I am doing it. And I'll put this here, and then the final 10, 9, 8, 7, I don't know, a number of cards in my hand. I'm going to shuffle these, put these on top as well. As we defeat creatures, they will go on the graveyard. The graveyard deck will be, you know, about hither. I did go ahead and sleeve up everything since the last time I played this. Well, at least sleeved up the creatures, the locations, and the Unhallowed, which is generally a sign that, hey, this game's going to stay, and I'm going to get a lot of play out of it, because I really, really dig it. Yoink, that's done. We have our 3 markers. Honestly, the 3 markers are woefully unnecessary. They could have just used 1, but I appreciate the 3. It is what it is. It's a nice touch. So I'll put these down, that one down here, and that one down here. We'll start here. I'm going to roll a d6. And let's see, I rolled a 3, so our starting wood is there. That is a more advanced variant. I would not recommend it for new players, but it's fun for me. Just try to eke up the difficulty a little bit more. So we're going to have to, out of the 5 starting cards, we're going to randomly choose 1 to be face down and 2 to be face up. We'll choose the face one down first. I'm going to roll a d6 for the cleric. The face down one is Banish. Choose a revealed, unhallowed, or undead creature. Put that creature at the bottom of the creature deck. That will go here. And then the 2 that he'll start with, we have a 5, not helpful. A 4 is Cleanse Undead. Defeat in the order of your choosing all revealed undead creatures in the line. And finally, I rolled a 5. Choose one. Defeat an undead creature in the first position, or choose 1 revealed creature and move it to a different position in the line. The abilities that we do not start with could be helpful. We have the passive ability, take the creature in the first position of the line and move it to the horde. Do not exhaust cards. Limit once per watch phase. All right, and then we have the Blinding Light. Reveal up to 2 creatures in the order of your choosing, treating any reveal abilities as if they were blank. Both of those could be helpful, but I don't mind the 3 abilities that he started with for sure. We're going to go to the Knight in shining armor. How are you? That is one handsome man, I'm not going to lie. So, man? Woman? Man. I think it's a man. I don't know. She? Maybe it's not a man. I think it's a she knight. We have a she knight, people. She's great. I don't know. Either way, she's badass. Or he's badass. They're bad. We'll just stick with the they. We'll be good. I'm gonna roll a die here. I rolled a 4, so the one that's going to be exhausted is Shield Bash. The creature in the second position of the line suffers damage equal to the current health of the creature in the first position. And then we're gonna have 2 more. That's a 5. That's a 3. That's useful. The Inspire passive, choose one adventurer. Turn their lowest die result to its highest value, limit once per phase. So the passive abilities are pretty cool in that they just happen and it doesn't exhaust the card, but it also means you don't have to spend you don't have to spend when I mean they just happen, you don't have to spend a die to trigger them. You just like they again, you can literally say, all right, passive. So I just use little stones to trigger to indicate when I've used a passive ability. And then I rolled a 3. We'll take the middle one. Dragon Lance. Choose one, either defeat one revealed dragon or deal 6 damage to the second creature in line. I would very much prefer one of the skills I did not get, so we're probably going to want to do a equip action with our friend the Knight before too long. The 2 that we did not get are Taunt. Choose one creature in line and move it to the first position. Treat any first position ability on that creature as if it were blank. And 2 is Magic Sword. Defeat the creature in the first position. Yes, please. I like you a lot. I'm definitely going to want Magic Sword because who the frig doesn't want a Magic Sword when they have a chance to get one? I will go through the special abilities of all the heroes after I'm done equipping their beautiful actions. I should probably start giving these dudes dice. One complaint I do have about this game, and I don't have many, but these dice are really hard to see at times. I think it was actually Paul who mentioned, would you like welted white wax into there or something? Yeah, there was definitely some bad decisions from a visibility standpoint on these dice, and I assure you, all the lights, while it makes the videos better, it does not help me in my own visibility as I'm sitting, 6 inches away from these things. So that could be a little bit of a problem, but this too will overcome. I rolled a 1 there. This is going to be the exhausted one. Elf Senses. Until the end of the round, reveal one more creature than the current campfire reveal. Until the end of the round, reveal one more creature than the campfire reveal level currently allows. Prevent the next reveal power from triggering. That's nice, but it's exhausted, so I would like to have that back. I'm going to roll a die again. It's a 2. We have the Slumber. Choose a revealed creature. Slumber. Choose a revealed creature. Recover any dice stolen by that creature. Then turn that creature face down and move it to the end of the line. It's fine. The problem with that is then they just reveal again and they might steal dice again, so you got to be careful in how you're triggering that. I'm going to roll that. It's a 2. Defeat one unrevealed creature in the line. Long shot. That's an amazing ability. The things we did not get are Sharpshooter, which is passive. Once per round, you may choose a die spent on a direct attack. Reroll that die and add it to your pool of unspent results. And then Farsight. Until the end of the round, the range of all adventurers is increased by 1. Excellent abilities. The Ranger is very strong. And I'll give the Knight the blue. I'll give the Ranger give the Ranger the teal, and I will give the Warrior the purple, which means that we're just not going to be playing with the pink or the orange. You're out, and I'll still use this to get the Warrior ability. So rolling a d6, we got a 3. So the exhausted one is Throw Axe. If revealed, the second creature in the line suffers 8 damage. So again, it has to be revealed for it to take effect. But again, that's going to be starting exhausted. And we're getting out 2 more. Cleave, passive. If you attack a creature and deal more damage than its current health, you may recover that die at the remaining value. Ooh, and that's no limit. That's really sick. I don't know if I ever played with that ability before. So if I kill a creature And with a 7, but the creature only had 2 health left, I get to take back the 5. That could be super, super flexible. I dig. And we have this is Giant's Bane. Until the end of the round, all dice assigned to creatures with a current health of at least 10 are doubled. So you have to spend a die to... Is that everyone's dice? I think that's everyone's dice. So I can spend the die to do that, and then everybody else's dice against creatures that have at least a health of 10 are doubled? That is bananas. Someone let me know if I'm reading that wrong. Paul, especially. I'm pretty sure that's correct. That's really sick. Paul, Judas says white or yellow crayon. Helps to briefly hold a crayon to a flame lighter, or just go buy some better contrasted dice. Yes. I mean, I actually own them. They're just in other boxes, and I own... I'm just lazy. I'm lazy, Paul. I'm sorry. No, I agree. Yeah, I'm like so torn because I expect games to be like just come better. Like I don't know. We've had enough things, but I mean again, I love the production value here. I just think that was a really odd choice to have dice that were so dark with black numbers that are so small and tiny and hard to read. Anyway, Berserker. So these are the two I didn't get for the warrior. We have Berserker. After you defeat a creature in the line, choose an adjacent creature having lower health than the one just defeated. Defeat that creature. That's sick. A little hard to pull off. You need some things to really come together for you. And then Wound. Choose a revealed creature in the line. It's the end of the round. The creature has its health halved. Woof! These are all great. God, the warrior is good. I love him. I want to bring him home and introduce him to my family. And it's fine. We're good. He's probably married and out of my league. All right, let's make this happen. I am going to... Am I done? I lit the fire. I think we're done, kids. That's everything, right? Right. All right, special abilities. Let's go through this. The cleric has a special... So the special abilities are abilities that the hero that is at camp can do when they're at camp. The cleric's special abilities, he can do a heal action. Normally, the heal action can be done only if you roll a 6. The cleric's like, well, if I roll a 6 and a 4, I can heal 2 things, which is absolutely amazing. Remember, by the end of the game, you win the game if you go through the finale and at least one of your heroes has one of their skills unused, right? So it's super cool. You have to manage that. But at any point, if a hero has all 3 of their cards exhausted, then when they come back, if they go on watch, they're useless, right? And then you're basically going to lose the game because you can't recover from that, I promise you. So you really need to kind of manage these cards. If we can get all 4 of these flipped over really quickly, that's really strong. And that's why the cleric being on watch on the first night, being at camp on the first day is usually the right idea because he'll immediately be able to flip his card over. We'll see if we want to do an equip action with him, but then he could also do 1 or 2 heal actions. We are going to want to get this fire up, but remember that might not be as important because if we can heal good old Elfie Poo over here, the ranger, we can actually have it things reveal as if we're at level 2 just by spending a die on her elf senses. But beginning of the round, we're going to take all 12 of these dice. And we're going to roll them all and let the game commence. All right, that's a lot of ones. I rolled 4 ones and 12 dice, with 9 of those dice being D8s. So someone do the math. So what do I have? I had blue, teal, purple is what I had decided, right? So stick that blue, teal, purple. Is that in alphabetical order? No, it's not. It's just... I'll figure it out though. So I did get a 4 or 6. So we have a 1, a 4, a 6 for the cleric. We have a 1, a 2, and an 8 for the knight. We have a 1, and a 6 for the ranger. And we have we have to reveal... I did forget to do one thing. We have to reveal the first location. This is where we're going on the first day. Each adventurer gets +1 range, which is also cool. So again, the ranger is ranged. When you're ranged, that means you can attack creatures 1 or first or second position online. when you are melee, you can only attack creatures in the first position of the line. But now at this location, we can attack people. The melee creatures, heroes can attack in the first or second position, and the ranged creature can attack in the first, second, or third. And hopefully that made sense. We're gonna do a 4, a 5, and an 8 for the warrior. We are going to normally, when you reveal a new location, you would modify the wood as shown at the start of the game. You ignore that modifier, and now we know we're going to have 7 creatures. 7 creatures is a lot for round 1, but I think we'll be okay. Maybe, hopefully. Yep, that's fine. So there is an argument to maybe send the ranger. The ranger did roll doubles, and the good thing about doubles, she also rolled a 6. She could do a heal ability, but I really want the ranger in at watch this turn. I think the heal ability is the doubles though will potentially activate the different runes abilities, and there are 3 runes abilities. They are in the back of the location. They're a little hard to see on camera, but what the runes abilities do, if you have to have doubles, and so you have to use doubles, and you would be able to activate 2 of those abilities. You have triples, you can do all 3 of these abilities. But the one ability on the runes is seal. Search the graveyard for an unhallowed card of your choosing, move it to the bottom of the unhallowed deck. Do not shuffle the graveyard afterwards. Vanquish, take the top card of the horde and remove it from the game, or bolster. Each adventurer on watch may choose to reroll any number of their dice. Bolstering might make sense when we have this many ones, but again, I'm not going to be that worried about it. The Vanquish ability is those really strong because we can say, all right, we're not going to have to worry about the finale. But if you're trying to make the finale easier, you're also making that means you're not going to be doing as much to help you in the immediate. Brian says, to help build a fire, good luck. Thank you for the super chat, sir. Paul, yes, Giant Bane lets all dice placed on a monster with 10 or more health to double. I play where the warrior die must be one of them. Yeah, that's probably, it does seem a little broken. It's a pretty strong ability, man. The warrior is pretty strong. We'll see if I decide to play with all of them or not. I don't know. What? All dice double? That's bananas. So let's send the cleric and let's just heal everybody, because I like healing. We all need some healing in our life. So we're gonna send the cleric to camp. So the cleric's gonna take one of these rest tokens. I wish these, again, the numbering is again really hard to see. There should be a bigger 1 and a bigger 2 on these. These tokens are nice. I I'm very curious why it's so hard to see the numbers. Every hero has to go to camp twice over the course of the game. So we're using the cleric in the first round because it makes sense. As soon as he goes there, he refreshes an ability, and now he has his 3 dice to spend on camp actions. I already talked about the actions that are on the back of the location deck. We can't do them because we didn't roll doubles. The only one that could have actually gone there and done those things is the ranger, but we didn't want to send the ranger there because that would have just been silly. Our range is +1 anyway, so getting elf senses probably isn't important. Oh, we have to, but that doesn't treat the campfire. No, it actually seems really important. Never mind. Forget what I said. It was wrong. So I'm going to use this 4 to do the heal ability on the cleric, and we're going to get the ranger to be able to get its elf senses back. Alrighty then. And now I have to decide who else I want to heal, because I did roll exactly a 6 is what we need to do this. I could heal the warrior, or I could heal the knight. Shield bash. That could be strong. That could be strong. They both could be strong. Whose dice are better? The warrior's dice are better. So I could use this 1 to trigger shield bash. That probably makes some sense. So I'm going to use this 6 to do that heal ability. I could use the equip action to, if the cleric wants to switch out its things. I could use the chop firewood to get 2 more to my fire, which could be important, because if during the course of the round with the enemies, if the fire ever hits 0, I immediately have to exhaust a card and click it back to 2. And some of these enemies, first day with my new mouth, really sorry. Some of these enemies will definitely start attacking my fire levels. So that makes some sense. I could scout ahead. I could look at the top 2, could put them back. What is the scout is top 2. And then at least I know it. I think I can put them back in any order. Scout ahead. Oh, I could scout ahead. I could maybe put it on the bottom of the deck. That could be helpful. Do I really want to equip? I kind of like the cleric's abilities enough. We're gonna chop some firewood and try to get this puppy up, and we'll see what happens. All right, so we're now at our location. We are heading to the Cliff Watch. We're going to have 7 cards come out. Why 7? Because that is the number in the top right of the location card that we're at. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We need to deal with these enemies one way or the other. At the end of the round, if we have no more dice we can use, we have no more abilities we can use, then what happens is any remaining enemies will deal us damage equal to the number that's in the top left of their card, and then they get added to the horde. And that's not great because we don't want to add too much to the horde, but more importantly, we don't want to have to exhaust any of our cards. So trying to take no damage is going to be mildly important. So we're going to reveal the first dude and only the first dude. Why only the first dude? Well, our campfire is only at a level 5, and we only reveal 1 creature until we get to level 7, and then we can reveal 2. But we've healed 3 abilities already because the cleric is amazing. Yeehaw! All right, that's a bad start. We have a vampire. Oh, that's really bad. I don't like you. All right, the vampire says steal the highest available die result. Set the vampire's health to this. That's bad, so we're going to have to steal the 8 from the knight or the 8 from the warrior. Well, thank God we have the ranger, because that's terrible. And we do have +1 range. So I don't like that. So we're going to do a couple things. So I'm going to spend this 1 to choose a revealed creature, recover any die stolen by that creature, and then that creature turn that face down and move it to the end of the line. So we know he's there, and I'm going to deal with him in my other special ranger ways. So we get this die back, but we've now know that here is a really, really nasty vampire that we're going to have to deal with. Since the vampire left, we now reveal the next creature in line. Again, we're only revealing the first creature in line. We have skeletons. If skeletons are on top of the graveyard at the end of the current watch phase, at the beginning of the next watch phase, they are immediately added as the first card in line. Good to know. I kind of want to treat the campfire as being stronger, but I think it's going to make more sense just to use long shot to defeat 1 unrevealed creature in line, and we're going to defeat the vampire because the vampire is really nasty, and we know what it was. I don't like him stealing dice. Let's just get rid of him and call it a day. So we know the vampire is one of the 30 creatures in play, +2, including the 2 acolytes. So, skeletons have 8 health. That's fine. We are going to need to deal with them. Oh, man. You know what? I'm not going to do that yet. I know it's him. I'm actually going to use this 1 to reveal 1 more creature than the campfire normally allows. Does that make sense? No. I don't think that makes sense. Turn their lowest to their highest. No, I think I kill him. I got so much attack here right now. Turn their lowest die result to its highest, the most per phase. I'm gonna do I'm gonna kill. I really want to get this fire up. Do I just kill the skeletons? I have an 8 there. I have a bunch of 8s there. That's fine. Yeah, let me kill him. Defeat 1 unrevealed creature in line. We might not be doing the elf senses, but I really hate this vampire. He's pretty nasty. So I'm going to do Inspire, choose 1 adventurer. So I'm going to choose myself, and I'm going to turn this to an 8 because I had a 1 there, and that's a passive ability. Again, that's limit once per phase, so I don't have access to that again. I can't flip it to do it again. It's just a passive ability. It is what it is. We have lost it for the rest of this round, but I have a 2, an 8, and an 8. I have a 4, a 5, and an 8, and I have a 6 over there. Again, this was a 1. I don't know why it became a 7. So now I have these 2 8s. I'm going to use an 8, and I'm going to defeat the skeletons. They only had 8 health. They are no longer. We reveal the next creature in line. The Fell Beast, first position. Draw a creature and place it in front of the Fell Beast. Limit once per phase. Bam! So he got the first position. We reveal this, it's skeletons. Skeletons have 9 health. But now 2 of them are revealed, which could be helpful. I don't know if I want to do that. If you deal, that's passive. The creature second in line suffers damage equal to the creature in number 1 in line. Choose a revealed dragon. That's not a dragon. Let's do 6 damage. That was a 6. Oh, man. I'm kind of tempted to do elf senses, but then I'm going to have to. Maybe I exhaust long shot. I plan to put the ranger back in. Because had I had that revealed, it could have prevented this first position crap, which would have been a lot smarter. But I was trying to be smart. So I'm going to spend this 2 to make the fell beast suffer 9 damage. Remember, my range is +1 over here, so I'm going to spend this 8. No, I'll spend this 4 to do damage there, so I can get, just because of cleave, I can get 3 damage back. So this 4 becomes a 3, and the fell beast is now dead. And I still can't reveal anything else because I still haven't. I'm still reluctant to do that elf census thing. But again, it could really prevent some of these first position abilities. But I'm trying to gamble a little bit, people, and it's not really working so far. So I could flip over a long shot, which I don't hate. I have these skeletons. They need 9. That's not a thing yet. I mean, I could just flip over Giant's Bane and get that. That probably makes more sense. But I really need to. We'll see who rolls a 6 next turn. I need a 9. I need a 9. I could use that 6 and that 3 to kill the skeletons. Sure, I'm going to use this 3, this 6. We've killed the skeleton, so now the ranger has no more dice, which means I'm definitely not doing elf sense, which is fine. It's probably a bad idea, but we're going to do it anyway. I don't have any remainder from the 3, so I don't get that bike. These dice are exhausted, and a vampire. Holy crap, we got 2 vampires on the first round. Wow. That's bad. All right, so he takes the 8 again. How the heck did we get 2 vampires? Because you're you, Greg. Because you're you. And that's just a reveal. That's not even a first position effect. So I'm going to exhaust Slumber. I'm going to get that die back. All right, so that ability happens. And we're going to put this die back here. And he's going to go here. And then I'm going to exhaust Long Shot. So the ranger's definitely going to camp next turn. And that's going to let me kill an unrevealed creature. That lets me kill the vampire. Nasty. We have 3 more enemies left. I have a 3, a 5, and an 8. I have a bunch of abilities I could exhaust, but I'm really trying to prevent that. And I do have Cleave, and I still have Giant's Bane, so we'll see. Summon! Discard this card to the graveyard. The summons are different, so you do need to read them carefully. Discard this card to the graveyard. Replace it with the top card for the Unhallowed deck. Then shuffle all the Unhallowed and Acolytes in the graveyard back into the creature deck. There are none. I do find the thing that makes you shuffle the creature deck so vigorously this early, vigorously is probably an overstatement, weird. And the reason I find it weird is because you put the summons like spaced out, and now all of a sudden they're all going to be back at the creature deck. Now they're all going to be like, they could be anywhere in the creature deck. I don't think that's a good thing. It should be like, hey, if the creature deck hasn't been shuffled yet, don't do that. But there are no acolytes and there are no unhallowed, so we're not going to have to shuffle it anyway. But we're discarding this card to the graveyard, and then we're replacing it with the Phantom Cat. Ongoing. If there's at least one creature before and one after, we cannot attack it. That's fine. Where there is nothing before or after. This is only good on a dragon, so I'd like to get a dragon. There is no creature in second position. I could spend the 2 and the 8. Yeah, I'm going to have to. The knight really needs his magic swoop, his magic sword, man, which is a little unfortunate. Like, I want to send him to camp, but I had to send him. I'm going to have to send the ranger because I'm hurting. Man, I'm running out of damage. I think I'm going to have to exhaust some more cards here, too. Not good. I never used elf senses. I could exhaust elf senses to see the next card, but that seems a little silly. It's the end of the round. So if I exhaust Giant's Bane, this isn't ideal. I could double all dice from the warrior. I could recover the remaining thing. The warrior rolls a 6. He can heal a thing and potentially heal the ranger. The cleric's gonna come in with full health. All right, let me exhaust Giant's Bane. All damage dealt. To enemies are at least 10. But the next two enemies have like no health. This is like such a huge friggin' waste. Dragonlance is useless as long as I don't have a revealed creature second in line. But if it's a dragon, it's not. Then I can just kill the dragon. All right, let me use this 8 for a direct attack. I'm going to use this 8 for a direct attack, and I have 6 left over. And hopefully these next two guys are just kind of weenies, because I still have a 5 and a 6 over here with our knight. So the Phantom Cat is defeated. He's going to go there. Next card up is... That's another Fell Beast. Wow. I got 2 vampires and 2 Fell Beasts on the very first round, dude. And 2 skeletons, which are 8 and 9. Shade. Oh, and a friggin' shade, which is just awful. Woo! All right, the shade's health is 16 minus the current fire. The current fire is a 5, so his health is 11, which is super gross. So what I'm going to do is exhaust Shield Bash to deal 11 damage to the Fell Beast. The Fell Beast is now dead. The creature second in line suffers damage equal to the current health of the creature in first position. The Shade Beast has a 13 health, which is grotesque. Again, it's not a dragon. Oh, these have been brutal enemies. I mean, having to use Slumber twice was gross because of the 2 vampires. Wow. The game is vicious. Also, you can't kill the Phantom Cat until it is the last one left. Isn't it? No. If there's at least one creature card before and one after. And one after, dude. I think that's wrong, dude. Paul, I think there has to be... I think because there wasn't one after... I think at least one before and one after. Was there an FAQ on that? Because the way I'm reading it, it has to be surrounded. It doesn't say or one after, is why I'm confused. I think I'm right on this. I could be wrong. Oh, with 2 Fell Beasts is gross. I'm like literally trying to go through 9 enemies right now. Yeah, let me check on that, dude, and let me know. I mean, at this point, though, I don't think I can kill the Shade. I think the Shade is going to live. I mean, I could exhaust Elf Senses to see if I can kill the creature in second position, but that feels like my range is +1. Chances are I'm going to be able to get an 11. If I send the Ranger back to camp next turn, that's fine. So I'm going to exhaust the Elf Senses. Okay, you were right. It was first. Good play. Thank you. Elf Senses are exhausted, so that means I get to reveal another thing that would have been super helpful earlier. And here we have the Tyrant, the Treant. Oh, that's interesting. He only has 9 health. Also not... Ooh. Interesting. This is going to be super painful, dude, but I'm going to do it. So I'm going to exhaust Dragonlance to deal 6 damage to the Treant. The Treant has 3 health left. I'm going to spend this 6 to or I'll send the 5 to defeat the Treant. The Treant is that gives me a remainder of 2 here. This could actually work, which is nutty. When I defeat the Treant, the fire goes up 2. So now I actually have the ability to reveal 2, but it also more importantly means 16 minus 7, so his health is only 9. And then I could use this 2 until the end. Oh, his health is only 9. Wow. That's his health is only 9 instead of 10. So I can't use Giant's Bane. His health. What an unbelievable waste of dice. Yeah, I think there's a play there. When I used this 3 earlier, I should have used the 5. And then the 5 would have gotten down to 2 and come back to me. But then Giant's Bane still wouldn't matter. I used a 3 earlier. I should have used the 5. 5 becomes a 2. And that equals 11 now. But then when I just killed him, I had to spend the 3, and then we're back to 8 again. Uh, 6. He's down to 3. I need 2 dice over here. Unless I exhaust it. I could do it this way, I think. He's got 3 health left. Let me do it this way. So this was a 3. This was a 5, I mean. I exhaust it. That's how I do it. So this isn't done yet. So this has 11 health. This has 9 health. This is here. I'm going to exhaust Giant's Bane until the end of the round, double the dice done. So freaking just wish I did this earlier. Wish I did that earlier if I was going to end up doing it anyway. I can apply the 6. The 6 becomes a 12. He's dead. This has 1 remainder. No, so 6 becomes a 12. Remainder is... So the remainder is 7? No, I'm sorry. He had 11 health. The remainder is 1. Sorry, he had 11 health. I had a 12, so the remainder is 1. And now with the Treant, I'm still back to 8. Oh, I can do it this way. I exhaust that. This is freaking crazy. This is crazy. I exhaust that. This was a 6. This is here. Do I have to kill them all at once? I think what I could do is assign the 5. He's got 1 health left. Do the 6 damage to this guy. Kill him with the current. Kill him with the 6 and... so I flip that. He has 3 health. I kill him with the 6. Make this a 3. That goes up 2. But at this point, he only has 1 health left. And then I have these dice and I kill that. I don't know if that's legit. It seems legit, though. Because at the time I attacked him, I don't know if I have to kill all enemies at once or can I assign damage. Events work together, take actions until the creature is defeated. Creature defeated by attacking a directly activated ability card. If creature is defeated, direct attacks. When the sum of the results equal, the creature is defeated. So I think, if I could be wrong, I think if I activate that, I assign the 5, we leave the Shade left. The Shade still has 1 health, still alive. Then I activate that, I do 6 damage to the Treant. And I might be able to save a die. No, this die was already on there. I do 6 damage to the Treant, and then I use this 6 to kill the Shade. The Shade only had 1 health left, and then I had the remainder to kill the Treant because of Cleave. I think that's legit. Paul can let me know if that's not. So I basically got the Shade down to 1 health, and then the fire went up after the Treant died. And the Shade still had 1 health, I would assume. And then I think Hebe died. That was a weird exchange, but I think that's all legit. Strange. And I only exhausted 7 abilities to get that done. But again, had anything survived, I would have had to exhaust more abilities. So it becomes like, well, if you could do it, you might as well do it. But now I'm locked into having to send a ranger to heal up. So I'm going to consider that legit, whether it's not some rules expert beyond me can tell me more. But again, just to be totally one more time for the people in the back, the Shade had 11 health, the Treant had 9 health. I exhausted Giant's Bane, I doubled the 5, leaving the Shade with 1 health. Then I killed the Treant, this one up, and then I had the remainder of my dice to kill the Shade. Very math when appears you're okay, suffered a ton of exhausted abilities. That is your punishment. Yeah, I freaking hear that. But at least the fire is up to a 2, so the Treant kind of saved that. The bananas thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We literally started with 7. Well, one of these was a summon card. We started with 7, and we ended with 9, and we had 2 vampires. That is an absolutely gross first round, and it's ridiculous that we survived it. With the end of the round, we go to the next location. The fire goes down from 7 to 4. White Mountain. When this location enters play, each adventurer must choose one of their exhausted ability cards to refresh, then exhaust a different card. I don't hate that. I think, but that's means the cleric is going to now have an exhausted ability when he had none, or since he doesn't have any exhausted abilities, does he have to? I assume he's going to have to exhaust one, which is another problem because I'm already struggling with exhausting abilities. That's where scouting could have been really helpful, or check map could have been really helpful had I rolled a 4+, or if I used a 4 instead of healing, if I used a 4 to check the map, I could have seen that was coming up and like, that's really bad. Let me do that. Let me not do that, and I could do the other location on top of the unused location deck, unless of course that was also really bad. So the elf is going to definitely be the one to go to camp. We're going to have to unexhaust an ability and pray for a miracle. The cleric might be going to camp on day 3. We're only going to have 6 enemies. Since we got rid of both fell beasts and we got rid of both vampires, presumably we'll have an easier time. And the cleric has some really cool abilities, especially if we get any undeads. But again, we did get 2 skeletons as well, so we've seen a lot of the undeads. Yeah, both the vampires are undead as well, obviously. So lots of undeads in the deck, which is good for the cleric, but woof, not great. All right, rolling these 12 dice. Again, they're going to be a little bit off camera. Sorry about that. We got a 1, a 5, and a 6 for the cleric. I mean, I could also send the cleric back. Oh, when it enters play. Oh, it entered play now, so I actually have to do that now. Sorry about that. I'm going to exhaust Rebuke. I'm going to do unexhaust Shield Bash and exhaust Inspire. I'm going to, well, everything's exhausted for the Ranger, so this has, but I don't know how White Mountain works with that. I'm not smart enough. I mean, if he had all unexhausted and had to exhaust one, I would assume that since they're all exhausted, I assume they all stay exhausted. I mean, if I'm gonna do the worst interpretation for me, and I'm gonna do unexhaust Throw Axe and exhaust Cleave. Yeah, that's a very weird location. I'm not really sure how that interplay would work. I've heard there are definitely some like rules quagmires with this game, and I haven't really faced a lot of them. But I would assume the cleric has to exhaust an ability even though they were all unexhausted. That should have been written on the card, and I would assume the ranger stays all exhausted even if they're all exhausted. Again, that should have been written on the card, in my humble opinion, or my not so humble opinion. I don't know. Up to you. You can determine how arrogant I really am. So I got a 4, a 6, and a 7 over here. That's a really good roll for the Ranger because we did get a 6. So that means I can refresh one of their cards and refresh another. And then we got a 4, and then heal somebody else's, a 4, a 6, and a 7 over here. They're going to naturally refresh one of their cards. I'm going to refresh Longshot because it's really good. And then we're going to spend the 6 to heal somebody else. Spire is not that important for me. I don't want Rebuke. I think Cleave could be pretty important. Or I refresh Giant's Bane and we keep doubling up. Cleave will refresh. Yeah, it's got maximum use. Maybe Cleave's not that great. I'll refresh. I'll refresh Dragonlance. Because if I get a dragon, that's going to be huge. Alright, so that's what the heal ability there. Again, you can heal even someone else. Her camp ability is I can draw the top 4 cards of the creature deck, look at them, return them to the top in any order. Paul says the white man force you to swap an unexhausted card and an exhausted ability card. So if your adventurer has all 3 abilities exhausted, they are unaffected. If it's one for one swap, you have to do it. The only way you can avoid it is you have all your abilities exhausted. It's from BGG. Not sure if it is canon or not. What if they're all unexhausted? So the question is, the cleric was all unexhausted and the ranger was all exhausted. So that makes sense to me about the ranger, but I feel like the cleric's getting screwed because he had nothing was unexhausted. So nothing was exhausted. So all of a sudden he went from nothing exhausted to one thing being exhausted, and there was no swap. So thanks, Paul. I appreciate the lookup. So the ranger is definitely screwed, but then she goes to camp and refresh one anyway. The cleric is now the only issue. I'll take Dragonlance back. I think it could be useful for sure. And then I have 2 more dice here. I could spend the 6 on the check camp action, or I could just chop a bunch of firewood. I think that's going to be safer. And let's get this up to 2. There's a lot of abilities that are going to need that. So I'm going to chop firewood. This goes from a 4 to an 8. And now we can sub this out for the level 2. I should have done that before. I did not. I humbly apologize. And I'll put this here. Again, if we get back there, again, it swaps back to the yellow. I say if all existed and they stay, again, to swap. I like that. I think that thematically makes the most sense. Like, I mean, it says then, like, I don't know, man. I mean, it's like, is it like do as much as you can, or is it like, well, if you didn't do the first, you don't do the second? Yeah, I'm doing that, dude. It's just too punishing the other way. Again, it's I don't. I get more and less. I get less and less accepting of just like utter rules ambiguities, and I feel like it's not a good trend for me because like rules ambiguities are creeping into more and more games, and I just don't understand it, dude. Like there are enough rules lawyers that I play games with, and I see them like this isn't hard. Like have someone look at each card and be like, all right, what's this? Like like you can give me this game. You can give me any game and give me 2 days, and I will come back to you and I will let you know every single like rule that needs to be a little more clarified. It is what it is. Like it's not even a rule book issue because like the rule book writers are writing the rule book. I mean, this literally comes down to card text. Like it's so often a card text problem. And I mean, there were similar things with Siege of Valeria, where I was like, what is that supposed to mean? I mean, Shift Theory is the worst at it. Like, again, I don't know how they're so great at making games when they can't seem to like be clear in their rules as often as they have trouble doing that. So it is what it is. I digress. Let's get to the next location. So only 6 enemies. Let's hope for a couple of less punishing enemies than the last one, because that was really freaking awful. But we made it through. We just exhausted 7 cards. So stupid. All right. Booyah. It's an eagle with 3 freaking health. Where was this guy? And then Shield Bash. And then the second one, I don't know why I just said Shield Bash. I'm looking at Shield Bash. Second one gets revealed because we are at level 8. Adventurers cannot direct attack creatures behind the metal golem. All right, fine. Neither is a dragon, and defeat in order of your choosing. There we have rain. This is the only range guy. Neither is undead. Neither is unhallowed, and that's fine. So we don't have +1 range. That was the last location. So these guys are only melee. And I can make him suffer 6 damage. Oh, this guy suffers damage equal or deals 6 damage. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just kill. Cleave is out. This is where I don't want to waste any pips here. I really want to get my magic sword. I want my magic sword! Well, it is what it is. So we're going to kill the eagle with the 4. So I wasted 1 pip. If I lose this by 1 pip, I will remember this moment forever. This gets revealed. Oh, it's another treant! Get more firewood. Yeah! I love that thematically. I think it's really cool. It's like, it's literally wood, so it makes your fire bigger. Cold toughness for Tovak. Enough said. Oh! Oh, cold toughness is the freaking worst, man. The funny thing is, cold toughness actually has had. It's been now explained how it's supposed to play, and then I'm more like, I don't agree with that interpretation, like, of your own game. Like, why? That's so stupid. It's thematically stupid. Yeah, but that's hilarious. Yeah, cold toughness is one for the record books. I could probably do better with Shield Bash. I'm going to spend this 1 and this 7, and now all my guys are down to 1 health. We're going to kill the Earth Elemental because I can't attack the Treant because it's behind the Metal Golem, and that's going to give 8 damage to this dude. The Metal Golem is super dead. That's here. Oh, these are exhausted, and then we reveal the next thing in line because our fire is still there. Oof, good thing. This is where it's really important to see second. So the Ember Drake would have been really awful. If the Ember Drake gets the first position, we would have to exhaust an ability, and then the fire goes down 3. It is also a dragon. So choose one. Either defeat 1 reveal dragon. Yes, sir. So it is a lance. So I'm normally melee, but my abilities can affect anyone in line. It's only you can't. I think the melee and the range only affects direct attacks. I just want to make a little bit sure of that. Because he has other things that do affect direct attacks. Yes. So melee, so range, it's fine. So I can use my ability on the Ember Drake. Ember Drake is a dragon. It is a dead dragon. So that was good that when I used her heal thing, I did heal the Dragon Lance. It has actually been a lot more effective than a cleave. Fire is still at a 2. This goes, it's a bear! Oh my gosh! These guys are a cakewalk. I love it. We're going to use this ranged ability to kill the bear. So that's 5 damage. That's super dead. And the last but not least is a summon card. Choose one adventurer to immediately exhaust one of their ability cards. I'm going to exhaust Rebuke, which maybe should have been exhausted already, but we'll figure this out as we go. And then discard to the graveyard and replace it with the top card from the Unhallowed deck. We have a Warlord. Ongoing, each other creature has +2 health. That's a little nasty, but again, we have plenty of damage dealing capabilities here. So what I'm going to do is do Shield Bash. The Warlord is going to suffer 8 damage, and then we'll use this 6 to kill the Warlord. The ongoing ability goes away, and now we have 8 health left here, and I have 13 damage to do with the Warrior. We defeat the Treant. The fire goes up 2 more, up to a 10. Fantastic. Much easier time. We exhausted no cards, and no cards were damaged in the making of this video. And we're going to now go to the next location for the third round, and we go -3. So we're still seeing 2 in the line, which is great. Every time a first position creature power is triggered, -1 fire. So if it's like, hey, -3, it's another -1. Yeah, so that's pretty gross. We do want to have that fire be nice and bright so we can prevent any triggering first positions, because then keeping that fire up at 2 will be really, really important. All right. Rolling these dice, and we'll decide who's going back to camp. It's probably the warrior, because the warrior is really beat up, but I really want to re-equip the knight too, because woof. Ugh. I mean, at this point, I mean, just in case, I will exhaust banish and treat white monolith as if it made me do it. It just is what it is. I don't know. I'd rather not have an asterisk. So if I'm if I'm doing like the Grim rule for you Arkham players out here, I think that's the right play to do. All right, so a 1-3-3 for the cleric. Not the greatest dice rolls ever. Who rolled a 6? No one rolled a 6. That's freaking awful. A 2-5-8 for the knight. A 1-5-5 for our friend the ranger. I could send her back. And then a 2-4-7. Really like her sharpshooter. If I send a warrior, though, we can really get that fire humming. Get that range attack. Get his cleave back. We only have 6 enemies. No one rolling a 6 is really bad. I don't want to waste that 8. Don't want to waste that 7. The 1-3-3 would be perfect, but I can't use the heal because, of course, I didn't roll a 4 or a 6. You need a 4+ to do the cleric's heal, so that's a really bad roll. We are going to want ranged attacks. I think long shot's going to make some sense. Again, being worried about that first position. We'll send our friend the warrior. So the warrior is going to go. We're going to get to refresh one of his abilities. Going to refresh Giant's Bane. We're going to chop firewood with his special ability is Wood Axe. We get +4, so this goes to 11. You can't heal, which is gross, because I didn't roll a 6 with anybody. I could check the map with the 4+. I think that'll make sense. So I'm going to go here. We're looking at the next thing. It's -2, only 5 enemies, but at the start of the watch phase, search the graveyard for the highest health creature and place it face down at the end of the line. So it's 5, but then it becomes a 6. I don't hate that. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. The one here, this better be good if I'm going to do it. So it's -1 at the start of the watch phase at the top card of the Unhallowed deck, face down at the end of the line. That's only a 5/2. But I don't know if I want another Unhallowed because it's a Necromancer reveal. Search the graveyard for top 2's most undead. No, I definitely. Oh, that Necromancer is gross. It's probably going to be the Ember Drake, which I can actually kill with the Dragon Lance. So that does mean another thing I'm going to want the Knight. So the one I don't take, I think, goes to the bottom of the unused creature deck. Check map. By resolving this, choose one, put the other one at the top. Yeah, so the summoning circle I'm just going to put on the bottom. I'm trying to avoid that the necromancer with these undead. Although the undead aren't. The undead with cleanse undead. That's not terrible either. The reality is I would have actually liked both of these. So this is only -1, but then it becomes 2 more creatures, so it becomes 7. This is -2. I think the less unhallowed I have to deal with, the better. Yeah, neither one of those would have been awful, though. Neither would have been terrible, so that's going to go there. So the scouting, the check mapping was not the most useful, and now I have a 7. I could chop wood again the normal way, and then it lets us reveal 3. You only have 6. I can equip. I don't really feel the need to equip. And the equip has to be used on you, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's gross. Scouting ahead. I could scout ahead, look at the next 2. The scouting ahead's interesting, so you can put 3 dice there, but they have to be in ascending order. How worried I am about the fire. Let me scout ahead. I'll look at the top 2 cards. Pretty sure it's only 2 cards. Top 2 returns to the top or the bottom of the creature deck. Oof. Whoa, they both are first positions. Oh, they're both terrible. -3, -3. Well, that is great. So I'm going to put them both on the bottom. They're both dragons, but that's... I don't want the -3 from either of those guys. So, yeah, that worked out really well. So 2 dragons going to the bottom, because it would be -3. It would become -4. That's really nasty. They both have first position effects. So now I know bottom of the deck, long shot, that could be a nice combo later if the deck doesn't get shuffled. All right. That's done. It does mean we're more likely to get closer. We're going through the deck quicker, so we're going to have to do summons cards, but that's, I'd rather deal with that. We're going to now go out into the world. So 6. Watch, this is going to be another one with a -3. But we got a couple of dragons, a lot of dragons in the deck, which is good with the Dragon Lance. I'm revealing the first 2. Ongoing Forest Giant's health is increased by the next creature's base health. Reveal the next creature in line if necessary. And the Fire Serpent ongoing his Fire Serpent's base is equal to the current fire. Current fire is a 11, which is gross. And this guy's health is now an 18. That's fine. The creature in second position in the line is going to suffer damage equal to the current health of the first position. So we've actually now killed the Fire Serpent because his current health is 7 plus 11, 18. The Fire Serpent's health is 11, so he's super dead. All right, we reveal the next thing because the fire is still allowing us to see 2. It's a summon card. Choose one adventurer to immediately exhaust one of their ability cards. Did I just have this? What? Well, I don't think there's going to be that many dragons left, so we're going to exhaust the Dragonlance. I've really got to send the knight back. Goof. And then replace it. Oh, I'm going to get the undead. Which is fine. I have Cleanse Undead. Woof. Oh, man, I might lose a die, though. And replace it with a top card from the Unhallowed deck. Reveal. Search the graveyard for 2 topmost undead creatures. Don't be the vampire. It's gonna be the vampire. Put them before the necromancer in line with the creature with the lowest health first. Well, he reveals he's gonna take this 8, which is a problem. And next undead is the skeletons. Their health is a 9. Okay. I can't do slumber because slumber was not recovered. So I just lost that 8. I'm going to use this 1. Choose, that's unhallowed. In your order, in the order of your choosing, all revealed undead creatures in line. So cleanse undead. So that die is just gone. But the vampire is dead. The skeletons are dead. The forest giant's health is now a 16. We have the warrior is not available. Do have long shot. Woof. I could flip over shield bash. Basically guarantees the knight has to go to rest next turn, which again I want magic sword, so I think that's probably going to make the most sense. But that's only 9 health. I just don't have. Adding 2 more creatures out of nowhere was gross, even if it was on deck, because I lost the 8. So that was a problemo. So I'm going to long shot this card. Watch, it's going to be like stupid. It was an acolyte. Excellent. It was not revealed because it was defeated, so that was better. Draw a creature, add to the horde. Search the graveyard for 1 summon card, shuffle it back to the creature's deck. That's probably better. 16 damage to do. Fire's there. I put the 1 here, so if I want to use Longshot again, I do have to exhaust it. Which is nuts. Man, these dice rolls were bad. I didn't even realize how bad they were. Did not even realize how bad they were. My phone's ringing. It's going poorly. Man. If I exhaust Shield Bash, I kill him. It's his health. I really want like a weak, weenie creature. I'm going to exhaust Shield Bash. I'm going to make the Necromancer suffer the damage of the Forest Giant. Fire reveals this. It's another Forest Giant. Wow. 5 and 3. Oh man, there's just so much health. I have to reveal this one too. It's a wolf. So 13 health, 5 health, 7 health. No one's undead. The cleric is literally only useful for 6 damage. I couldn't even do that if I tried now. And he's melee, so his direct attacks can only go against that Forest Giant. So if I attack him first, he's got 15 health. If I attack him first, he has 13 health. If I attack him first, he has 5 health. But again, no one has range to him. So we're trying to kill him. Again, long shot's totally useless. Dragonlance. Yeah, the summon card maybe exhaust something, which is bad. I hadn't done long shot yet either. Oh, so gross. This is all bad. So we're definitely going to have to exhaust some cards, which is a problem. Because I'm going to take some damage, and I don't have enough cards to exhaust. I think I'm going to lose. Yeah, I didn't realize how bad. I did not appreciate how bad the cleric's roll was going to be. Because that 6 is just not great, and everyone else was so weak. And I can't exhaust, again, I can't exhaust long shot. So 2 damage. Yeah, I'm going to be like too weak in the next round. I really need to get the knight in place. Things were looking so good, and then they weren't. If I took the, I don't think if I took the warrior, one of them mattered, because the warrior, again, he needed to, what did he heal? Giant's Bane? That wasn't great. That wasn't great. So what's, can I get 15? Woof. 5. Well, we can survive. It's not going to be pretty though. So 5, 5, and these 6 kills the guy in the front. Remember, I needed to use the knight against the first position guy. So we've killed this forest giant. And then I could use this 5 as a range attack against the wolf. We've killed the wolf. And now he survives. He does 2 damage to us, so I have to exhaust this, and I have to exhaust this. If I roll a 6 and a 4 plus, I can send the cleric back to camp and start healing up. But it's not looking good. Since I did not defeat this forest giant, he goes into the horde. We go to the next camp location. Again, we already knew what it was. And we're going to have to send the cleric. Next camp location is -2 to the fire. And we're going to have to send... the highest creature is going to be the highest health creature. It plays it face down at the end of the line. The highest health creature is going to be the Ember Drake. I don't think there's anyone higher. So I'll put this aside as a reminder. I'm rolling these dice. Please roll a 6 for the cleric. If I don't roll a 6... Oh, I did. I didn't roll a 4. I got the hard part. I did not get the easy part. I rolled the 6. I did not roll the 4. All right, we're going to refresh cleansing. And we're going to have to send him. But we're only going to have the warrior 5, 6. And then I have to do this. That's bad. So if I don't, I'm not going to have the ranger useful at all. Yeah, this is going to be a quick one, kids. It's going to be a quick one. Probably can run it back. 8. The 1, 3, and the 5 and the ranger are totally irrelevant. We have an 8. Oh, we'll have no range attacks. Oof. 4, 5, 8. 5, 6, 8. And we heal Dragonlance with a 1 and a 3. I'm going to scout the top 2 with the 1. Fae, first position, -1. Graveshifter, swap this card with the top card of the graveyard, unless they're the Graveshifter. That's perfect. I like them both. I don't mind the Fae all that much. I did not roll a 4, so I can't even check the map, which is super gross. If a 4, I would have healed anyway with my heal ability. I still had to send the cleric home. I guess no one else rolled a 6, right? Well, I can't. I mean, I need their attacks are too good. I couldn't have possibly sent the knight because then I have a cleric and the ranger. Yeah, that's a non-starter. I'll chop firewood. Get this up to 11. We're going to start the thing. Oh, the Amber Drake's gonna have to get the first position. No, that's fine. He won't. 4 and 5. Ember Drake gets added at the end of the line. We reveal 2. We were going to reveal the Graveshifter. Remember, I can't do anything with the Ranger because all their abilities are exhausted. We swap this with the Wolf. And then we have the Fae. I'm going to do 5 damage to the Wolf. Yeah, 5 damage to the Wolf. Kill the Wolf. The Fae gets the first position. At first position, the fire goes down because of her first position ability. This reveals it's an Acolyte. Reveal, draw a creature, and add it to the Horde. So we get another card on the Horde. If she goes to the first position, we have to put a summon card back in the creature's deck. That's not great. So if revealed, we're going to do Throw Axe. I'm going to do 8 damage to the Acolyte. Acolyte's dead. Second position reveals. It's the Shade. The Shade's health is 16 minus 10 because of the fire level. So he only has 6 health. I will do 6 damage to the Fae. Kill her. This reveals it's a wolf. The wolf only has a 4. This is sick. Think we'll be able to do this, which is absolutely bananas. That's an 8. That's an 8. I'm going to do this 8. Nope. I'm going to do this 8 to kill the Shade. Shade is dead. This reveals I'm going to do a Dragon Lance to kill the dragon, and then I have this 8 to kill the wolf. Wolf. Not wolf. Not wolf, Greg. It's wolf. We survived and didn't flip over any cards, and that's pretty ridiculous. But we're still in trouble. So again, the ranger did nothing to help us there. I probably need to send her back to camp. I still have not subbed out the knights thing, which is unfortunate. But we live to fight another day. So let's see the next location and see what happens. We get to the desert ruins. This goes down 4, so it goes from 10 to 6. So we're back to only revealing 1. If an unhallowed is summoned here, one adventurer must exhaust an additional ability card. That is really bad. I hate that location, and wish I could have scouted this turn. So, wow, just wow, says Paul. Perfect example of how unforgiving this game is, but when you do pull it off in the end, it's epic feeling, true sense of accomplishment. Amazing round. Yeah, dude, that was really lucky enemies. I definitely need to roll a 6 with someone. And I can never send a cleric back to camp, which is a big problem, because again, he has a heal ability, but I had to send him last round with the way things were working out. So I got a 4, 6, and a 7 with the ranger. So they're early favorite to go to camp. A 1, 2, and a 5 from the cleric. A 2, 2, and an 8 from the knight, and a 3, 5, and a 7 from the ranger. So, ranger it is. Yeah, ranger's gonna heal long shot. And then she's gonna spend this, so she's going to camp for the second time. Knight is still never gone. The 6 is gonna go and heal shield bash. And then we have a 4 and a 7. The 4 is going to chop. I want to check the map, but I think I need to see these freaking creatures. So the 4 is going to chop firewood to get this up to 2. So that's an 8 again. And the 7 is going to do the Elven Scout ability. Look at the top 4 creatures. So it's a Metal Golem, a Bandit. If it gets to the first position, it steals 1 unspent die from 1 adventurer. That's terrible. The Wyvern, if it gets the first position, it is a -3 to fire. And then we have a Goblins. Oh, man. The Metal Golem has to go behind these two. The Goblins will go first. I could not get either of those in first position. And remember, I can't attack things behind the Metal Golem, so neither of them are undead. I don't have a lot of ranged attack, but I can do things. I can do things. What can I do? Things. There's things, people. Alright, well, make this work. Oh, the Wyvern's a dragon. Oh, even better. Even better. Great. Let's make this happen. So we're going to set out our 7 cards. Skating by the skin of my teeth right now. 5, 6. So one of these is a summon card. So it looks like we're going to have a werewolf joining us. But we know the summon card is on the bottom 3. So we're going to reveal 2 because of the campfire. Goblins reveal, move them to the first position. And then the Bandito, if he is in the first position, he steals 1 of our unspent dies. And no thank you, I don't like your kind. You can go away now. I'm going to spend the throw axe. So spending the 3 to throw an axe, we're defeating the bandit. That reveals this guy. If he gets the first position, it's -3. I have seen, if there's any more dragons in this deck, I don't think so. I don't see how that'd be possible, because I've already killed the Wyvern. We've seen both of the stupid Ember Drakes. I mean, there's a ton of dragons in this discard pile already, so I'm going to gamble that I can do the Dragon Lance with a 2, killing the Wyvern. Revealing this, it's a Metal Golem. Again, no one can attack anyone behind the Metal Golem. I'm tempted to exhaust Throw Axe and make the Metal Golem go away. I like the goblins in first position for sure. I do have Shield Bash. Oh man, but like I keep like prolonging the inevitable with the warrior and the knight here. And that's not good. What I could do is Shield Bash the Metal Golem for 6. But if I have any more big because again the cleric's the only thing I could do ranged attack. And I have to spend all of his dice to do it, and that just seems like a super mistake. But I probably should hold on to Shield Bash for better opportunities. I don't know if there's a better opportunity. Nope, we're throwing X. We're gonna flip this over. Throw X. It was just the perfect opportunity to just do one ability to kill one creature. We've killed the Metal Golem. Next, the summon card. Discard to the graveyard. Replace it with the top card from the Horde deck. So this is the Horde deck. Draw the top card from the Unhallowed deck and add it to the Horde. That's cool. It's better than getting another Unhallowed. What is this? It is a zombie horde. The zombie horde's health is increased by the creature's base health on top of the graveyard, which is absolutely a 0 right now. It is also an undead. So I'm going to assume that all the undead are in the discard pile too, because that seems to be a decently safe assumption. So I'm going to do the cleanse undead. But in the case that other one's undead too, since I can cleanse undead, I don't care about his health, right? It's just going to be defeated. So I can spend... Oh, and then I could actually use Shield Bash if his health is increased. If his health's 14, I can pretty much kill whatever's there. So I'm going to do Giant's Bane to kill the Goblin. No, not Giant's Bane. I'm sorry. I'm using the Warrior's Step. I don't know why. I looked at Giant's Bane. I'm having a bad day. I see a word and I say it. I'm like Rain Man today. It's great. I use a 7 to kill the Goblin. The zombie horde's health is now 14. Wyvern. We definitely don't want the Wyvern in first position. So that's fine. So I'm going to spend this 6, the 1 and the 5 to kill the Wyvern. Again, he's a ranged. He can do direct attacks range, so he can attack in the second position. This reveals it's a dragon. How do I have so many Ember Drakes? Woof. Wow. Great. I can do the Shield Bash, which is now attacking 14. That kills the Ember Drake. And then I have Cleanse Undead. I'm going to use that with this 2 to kill the Zombie Horde. I exhausted no abilities. We got lucky because no Unhallowed was summoned. The summon thing sent it there, so we didn't have to worry about that. So that was a very nice couple of rounds. It doesn't make any sense that we're still alive in this game, and I'm not really just saying that. I genuinely believe that down to my core. But the Ranger has gone to camp twice, so her Elven Scout ability is done. The heal ability of the Cleric is done. The Warrior and the Knight now have to go to camp the next 2 things. Remember, when you put the Wyvern and Ember Drake at the bottom of the enemy pile from a scout action. Oh, yeah. Thank you. That's how. I was like, why are they still there? I knew that. I am the worst. Thank you, Paul. I mean, it would have been good if I checked my chat earlier, and I would have been less surprised. It's like, what is going on? Why are there so many dragons? I'm good at games, really. Woo! All right. Well, next location. All right, no change to the thing, but we have 8 enemies. Each adventurer may increase their lowest die result by 1, which is fine because we're going to have 8 enemies. The warrior or their knight. One of you needs to roll a 6, because that is absolutely going to determine who I'm sending to camp. All right, so we have a 7-8-8 for the knight. I'm seriously gonna not. I'm gonna. The knight's just gonna have to rest the next 2 rounds, and that's so stupid because I have so many dragons in this deck, and I play bad. We have a 4-7-5 over here. The warrior did roll a 6, so warrior. So I've been wanting to re-equip the knight for so many rounds now, and it just hasn't happened. And we get a 1, a 5, and a 6 over here for our friend, the cleric. We're going to have 8 enemies. We can each increase our lowest die by 1. So this is going to be a 2. This is another 8. That's a 4. And this is a 5. The knight rolled so many friggin' 8s. The knight is just not going to be using their abilities. But I know if they, I mean, honestly, if I exhaust both of their abilities this round, that makes sense because I know I'm going to just have to send them to camp 2 rounds in a row. So the warrior is going to camp. The warrior is using this 6. Well, it's going to refresh a thing immediately. It's going to refresh throw axe, and then it's going to use the 6 to heal somebody else. With the 2 vampires and the bandit, we're going to get slumber back. And I'm not that worried about elf senses. And rebuke and banish are just going to have to suffer. I have a 4 and a 7. I'm going to advance the fire by 4 with our camp ability. So this goes from 8 to 12. Then that is going to get us to the level 3. And I have a 7 left. So I did the wood axe. I did a heal. I can check the map. I'm just not the only one I really want to equip with is our friend the knight over here, and that has not happened. So we're going to check the map. I'm going to look at this one. -2, the adventurer's sum of dice results is the highest. Must rest in camp this round. That's going to have no effect on me. So I'm probably going to do that. So scouting has actually not proved that helpful. And Forgotten Graveyard, each time an undead creature is defeated is moved to the bottom of the creature deck instead of being discarded to the graveyard. That's also helpful, but the Ruined Gate, that's not awful for the cleric because he can just wipe them all out. This has no effect on the game state. They both have 6. They're both -2. I don't hate undead. I could really set up, but I don't know if we're getting to the bottom of the graveyard again, the creature deck again anyway. Let's move to the bottom of the creature deck instead of being discarded. I will do that, and Ruin Gate goes away. Again, with Cleanse Undead, having a bunch of undead at the bottom of the deck could prove helpful. This is going to have to go here. So we have 2 more locations, and then the finale. I'm going to have to shuffle this deck. So checking map has been, again, not been helpful. I could have scouted, but it's fine. The Elven Scout was huge. Got some big dice. I got 3 ranged. I got 2 ranged heroes on watch. We have Slumber back. Big numbers. Just not having the knight the next 2 rounds after this is going to be super gross. And hopefully I roll a 6 the next 2 rounds with the knight so I can heal up my friends. Heal up the rest of my friends. Alright. Mr. Knight with your 888. You're so impressive. Or Mrs. Knight. Or they Knight. Whatever. It's a very ambiguous look, man. I assume that's a dude. The hair is throwing me off, man. It's like a little Jodie Foster thing going on. And there's definitely some like mid 20-year-old watching this, being like, "Who's Jodie Foster?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude, you don't even know." But I don't know, it might not even be Jodie Foster. It's been a long time. All right, let's pull this off. I confuse celebrity names a lot, so my brain gets really weird. So someone like, "You probably meant this person." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever you say." I'm gonna pull it off 8 cards, which is a lot. Adam Brown, something you don't hear every day. Don't hate the undead. I like the undead. They're fun. They make good games. 8. Womp, 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 womp. All right, I'm revealing 3. Don't be bad. Defeated, +2 to fire. Yeah. Shade. The shade's health is 16 minus the fire level, and the fire level is 12. And if I kill the and if I kill the Treant, it's gonna be 14. So the shade's health is 2. That's awesome. A bear. I ain't scared of no bear. So this is a good start. No one dead, no dragons. I think I long shot, but maybe not. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, if you long shot a summon card, by the way, the summon card still gets carried out. That's in the rules. So the fact that I shuffled the deck, there could be a bunch of summons. Long shot becomes a little gambly. But if I can long shot like a vampire or something, that'd even be amazing. So I do want the Shade's base health to be a 2. The question is how to get there with my current dice. I mean, this is where Cleave is super helpful. I mean, because right now his health is a 4. Man, this is nutty. I don't know if it makes sense to kill the Treant out of order, wasting dice. I just don't have a great way to get to 9. But at some point I'm gonna have to do it. But that 9 health could be helpful to like do a shield bash. Because again, I'm gonna want to exhaust these values anyway for the knight, because the knight's just resting in the next 2 turns, so there's no reason to save those. So I'm gonna do a range direct attack with the ranger. Ranger, killing the shade. We now have a bear there. This reveals it's a fire serpent. Ongoing. His health is equal to the current fire. So his health right now is a 12. So the absolute different, the absolute opposite of the shade. So getting his health up to a 14 would be not in my best interest. And now the bear is in the second position. And we have 7 left, which is not great. Oh man, piecing this one together is going to be fun, isn't it? I'm going to use the cleric's die to kill the bear. Reveal another thing. It's a summon card. Choose one. Choose one adventure to immediately exhaust one of their ability cards. Oh, so bad, dude. I'm gonna exhaust long shot. Then discard this to graveyard and replace with a top card from the Hallow deck. Goblin Chief. Search the graveyard for the 2 highest health goblins. Place those creatures before there are no goblins, so that doesn't have any effect. And the goblin only has 8 health. Alright, the fire serpent's health is a lot, dude. Fire serpent's health is a lot. I'm trying to keep slumber around in case I get one of those stupid things back. But if I do 9 damage to the fire serpent, he'll have 3 health left, but then his health will keep going up. He'd have 5 health left as a result, and then I could just spank him with the ranger's 5. Well, that's if I kill the Treant. There's no dragon yet. that 8's going to be really easy to deal with the knight, so that's probably best to keep that around. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet on this dude eventually. So there's no revealed undead yet. It's like my dice results are too strong, so I don't want to waste them. So I'm gonna do an 8. No, I gotta kill him first. I'm gonna do a shield bash and just flip it over. So he suffers 9 damage. He has 3 health left. This math is I'm just like 1 off the whole time. So he has 3 health left, and then with that 3, I'm going to slumber him with this 5, and then he's dead. This reveals it's an acolyte. Draw a creature and add it to the horde. He's not in the first position. I'm not worried about that. He's a human. We're going to kill the treant, I think. I'm going to do the 9 and the 2. I mean, the 8 and the 2, killing the treant. When he's defeated, this goes up 2. Reveal another one. Goblins. Goblins go to first position. I'm going to do the 6. It's dangerous, but it is what it is. We're killing the goblins. This goes up. This reveals. It's the metal golem. That worked out perfect. I'm going to use this 7. Kills the acolyte. Never got the first position. And then this 8 kills the goblin chief. And this 8 kills the metal golem. So never needed slumber. Not using long shot proved to be the right thing. Also never used dragonlance, which is bananas, but that's fine. So that round's done. We pull this. We know what it is. It's -2, and undeads will go to the bottom of the creature deck. We're gonna have to go to camp. Well, I wonder who's gonna go to camp this turn. It's gonna be the knight. Please roll a 6 on the blue dice. 6. No 6. 2, 3, 8. So they're going into battle with 5 exhausted dice already. 3, 4, 6 over here for the ranger. And having the summons cards that are making them exhaust cards is not great. I wish I rolled doubles with the knight. I could have actually let them re-roll their dice. And we get a 2, 4, 8 over here. The knight's going to fix this. Passive is helpful, but it only works when he's on the watch. Again, this is the first time he's going to thing. I'm going to use the assist action to give the ranger this 8. It cannot be used to activate abilities, but it can absolutely be used on direct attacks. And again, they are ranged, so that's helpful. I'm going to do this 2 and 3. We'll chop firewood for 2. I can't check the map because I didn't roll a 4. I can't heal because I didn't roll a 4 plus. I can't heal because I didn't roll a 6. I can't do any of those. I didn't roll doubles. We'll scout. We'll look at the next 2. It's a summon card and the Phantom Cat. Phantom Cat has 10 damage, 10 health. It's unhallowed. Choose one adventure to immediately exhaust one of their abilities. Ah, it's so bad, dude. It's really bad. It's a bad summon. I got both the exhaustibility summons. You know what I should have done? Never mind. I shouldn't have scouted. I do want to re-equip. So I'm cheating. Sorry. I'm gonna get Magic Sword instead of Inspire. Yeah, I definitely wanted to do that. In case I roll doubles next turn. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do instead of scouting. There was really no point to scout with the array of abilities that I have out. All right, we're pulling off 6. Again, undead go right back to the bottom of the deck. I know there's a bunch of undead in here. I know there's a bunch of dragons in here. If I get a bunch of undead and I'm revealing 3, I could just do this cleanse undead action, which would be fine. And we'll see how it goes. All right, revealing 3. It's a phantom cat. All right, so I can attack this dude. It's summon. We're going to exhaust Giant's Bane. And we're going to replace this with a Corrupt Druid. Reveal if this is the final round. Move this card on any tamed or revealed forest creatures in the line to the horde. It is not the final round. So once it reveals, it just goes to the horde. Oh, I should have 3 revealed. So I think I do that. First position, yeah, so it's not the final round. Corrupt Druid goes there. I kind of love the flavor of that, actually. Fell Beast is gross. And then this comes off. It's a Wyvern. If he gets to the first position, he makes our fire go down 3. Not an awful sequence here. I do want to kill the Fell Beast. I'm going to use the 8 that was given to the Ranger by the Knight and one of the Cleric's 3s. They both range. We kill the Fell Beast. We now have this Wyvern. I'm going to kill the Wyvern with this 6. Before that happened, this should have revealed. Warlord. Each other creature in line gains 2 health. That's gross. He's unhallowed. He was the last creature in line, so that's why that didn't matter earlier. Great. I'm going to use Throw Axe, suffer 8 damage. The Wyvern's dead. Now the Warlord's here. I'm going to use this 4/4/3 to kill the Warlord. Again, they're all ranged. This guy's dead. Oh, this should have revealed first. I did it again. Ember Drake. If he gets the first position, we get a problem. Shoot. Wow. Because it would have been 12. Let me take this back. Use a 4/4/3. This would have revealed first. That's terrible. So I need to save 11 for him. What was the 6? The 6 that killed. Right, I used the 8 from the Throw Axe. Right, so this is what's revealed. I need to kill the Phantom Cat, then the Ember Drake, then the Warlord. Is the only way this makes sense. The Phantom Cat has 12 health because of the Warlord. So I'm going to use that and kill this. Now I have to kill the Ember Drake. I don't think I'm going to have the damage. I'm so close to. But that exhaust abilities is garbage. And the Ember Drake's going to have 13 health. Woof. My total health here is 30. God, Giant Spam would have been so good. My total health here is 32. I have 7, 14, 20, 32. But every time you add to that health with the Warlord, we got a problem. And I don't have Cleave active, so I don't see how this works. Unless I do Throw Axe, do 8 damage to the Warlord, kill the Warlord with the Ranger. Spend this 6, 4, and the 3. And I'm going to be so over. It's so overkill. Is there any way I can do this without exhausting Throw Axe? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, pulling off the Ember Drake here at the end has been bad. And I can't get the Ember Drake in first position. Because then I'm exhausting an ability anyway. So you're like, well, pick your poison, Greg. Pick your poison. 32. That's another just throwing in 8. Yeah, that's why I'm just so over. I'm so over, and I just don't have range with the warrior because that would have helped everything. 12, those add up to 17. I'm super shy. Yep, throw axe is out. Throw axe 8 plus this 11 kills that. We're gonna do range attack with these guys, kills that, and then the 8 and the 4 kills the Phantom Cat. So I need to roll a 6, otherwise the warrior is useless next turn. All right, we go to our last location before the finale. It is a snowy pass, -3. It goes from 14 down to 11, so we're back to only seeing 2. When this location is displayed, choose one adventurer to place their lowest die result on this card. That die cannot be used this round. What? When it enters play? When it enters play? So I do it now? Great, the cleric. What? That's fine. I'm gonna need the knight's dice. So I guess you do it before you roll. That should be a little clearer. Like before you roll, like okay, cool. Like I don't know, whatever. That's my interpretation. I'm sticking with it. Please roll a 6 with one of the blue dice. I did. Excellent. So 5, 5, 6 over here. 1. So the knight heals another card. We get a 1, 2, 8 over here. A 1 and a 4 for the cleric. And a 3, 4, and an 8 over here for our friend the ranger. We're going to spend this 6 to heal a card from the warrior. We're going to heal throw axe. And then we're going to have a 5 and a 5. We could banish. We know that's a druid thing. We could bolster, let everyone re-roll their dice. Chopping fire could also be helpful. But no, let's do it. Let's banish. Let's make the next turn a little bit easier. So we're going to banish and bolster. Camp actions, equip. This is why, again, why I thought it was important to do the equip last thing. Each adventurer wants me to choose to reroll any number of dice. Vanquish. Great. We're going to vanquish. And the top card from the horde deck just goes away. Making next turn easier. And then we're going to bolster so that everyone can reroll their dice. Anything that's less than 50% of max, I'm going to reroll. I'm even rerolling this 4. So rerolling these 5 dice, I have a 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. The total of that is 11. So as long as I get more than 11 pips on the way out, that's better. I rolled a 6, 6, 4, 1. So yes, definitely better. I got up to 23. So I added 12 points of attack by the bolster. And that's big, big, and big. We're getting 6 cards here. And 6, that was the oh, I could have done the assist. No, I think bolster and vanquish was still more important than the assist. It was only a 5, and there's only 6 of these creatures here. So I can only see 2 because we're down to 11. So just want to make sure that was right. So I'm looking at the first 2. 1, it's a bandit, first position, steals 1 unspent die from 1 adventurer. So it could be anything. I could steal this 1. I don't know if I'm that worried about it. It's only a 1. And the skeletons. If the skeletons are on top of the graveyard at the end of the current watch phase, the beginning of the next watch phase, they immediately add this first. And the first card in line. This dude only has 7 health. I can smash him with the warrior. I think that makes sense. Do I want to get that die back? No, I really don't. It's only a 1. I don't think it makes much sense to go crazy about that. Great, we just killed him with an 8. Dead. There's 6 left. I have 6 dice and some strong abilities. And I have the Cleanse Undead, which is making me excited. Because I know there's more undead in here beyond the skeletons. We have an eagle. Eagle only has 3 health. I'm going to kill this with the 4. We reveal this. It's a Fae. It has 6 health. I can kill it with the 6. We go to next. It is a wolf. It has 5 health. I'm going to kill it with the 8. And last but not least, we have a shade. His health is 16 minus 11, so his health is 5. Great. So I'm going to kill this dude here with that ability. He's undead. Make sure he's not on top at the end of the wave, and then we're going to use the warrior to kill the shade. We get to the finale. Holy crap. Silly. Absolutely silly. We have no more passive abilities, so this can go away. I'm rolling these 12 dice. We're going to reveal the finale. -4, so it goes from 11 down to 7. Still could see 2. After the first creature is defeated during the watch phase, each adventurer may reroll 1 unspent die. We're getting 10, and then we're adding these. Again, we know at least a few were unhallowed. We can keep adding to the unhallowed, the horde, and we do not have to defeat the new ones that are added to the horde as long as we defeat whatever's there by the end of the round. No one's going on to camp. Everyone's going to be on watch. And we have a magical chance of pulling this off. So, booyah. How's this roll? Well, a 1-2-8 over here for our friend the warrior. We have a 3-5, 3-3-5 over here for the knight. That's a crap roll for them. We have a 2-5-7 over here. Again, we could exhaust all abilities except for 1 and still pull this off. And we have a 2-4-6 over here. Remember, after we defeat the first creature, we can re-roll 1 unspent die. So we can re-roll a 1, a 2, a 2, and a 3, which could be great. We're adding 10 creatures down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Only a couple. 10's a lot. I mean, the other finale cards are 12 and 9, so 10's not the most absurd. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Easiest round ever, says Paul. Keep my fingers crossed for the final round. Yeah, me too. So, can I fit all these on camera? This is crazy that this is still going on. I thought I literally was about to restart. So one way or another, like this is, I think this is, I get excited when I feel like a playthrough shows off a game in all of its craziness. We're playing this at a pretty high level. Again, Insane's pretty nuts. Doing the random, wood start instead of guaranteeing yourself 7 is pretty nuts. But we've been able to kind of piecemeal together a strategy. Now, these are for the stronger heroes. If I had the same set of 4 heroes I had last time, we would have gotten walloped. And I like the Beastmaster. I like the Wizard. I like the Bar. I like all of them. I like all what they do. But yeah, it would have been totally different. So we're revealing 2 skeletons. Again, they have 9 health. If they're at the top, it doesn't matter. There is no more worrying about their ability. Basically, if they're at the top at the end of the current watch phase, the beginning of the next one, they get added. And then we have a Treant when he's defeated, 8 health. Yes, please. I'm going to spend this 3 to kill the Treant. Get this up to when the first creature is defeated, each one of us can roll an unspent die. So we have a 3, a 2, a 1, and a 2. Rolling all 4 of these dice, and that became a 3, a 4, an 8, and a 6. Much better. A 3, a 4, a 6, and an 8. So my rerolls have been magical. Done. This flips. I don't have long shot, so that is what it is. Hey, summons. This discard. Discard discards the graveyard. Place with the top card of the Unhallowed deck. Then shuffle all Unhallowed acolytes in the graveyard back into the creature deck. I'll do it. That's our last Unhallowed. There are literally no more Unhallows. And then shuffle all Unhallowed acolytes. Unhallowed and acolytes. That's an Unhallowed. That's an Unhallowed. That's an Unhallowed. And there were no acolytes in the graveyard yet, so we're just gonna keep shuffling these as so. Wyvern Rider. When he reveals, search the graveyard for all wyverns. Move those creatures into the line immediately behind the Wyvern Rider. Woof. That's adding some awfulness. There's one or two, I think. Treant, Wolf, Fey, Eagle, Bandit, Wyvern. Are they both in here? Oh, there's an Acolyte. Shoot. Wyvern. Nope, just the one was in here. Alright, so Wyvern gets added to here. So we killed an enemy and got a new one. Acolyte needs to be shuffled into here. Okay. Don't know if I want to use Dragonlance yet. No undead. Man, this is gonna be quite quite the puzzle. Don't have that. Don't have that. What I want to do is kill the skeletons or the Wyvern Rider. Yeah, let's kill the Wyvern Rider with this 8 and this 4. Dead. Alright. And then I'm going to use one of the 6s here to kill the Wyvern. Oh, we're still only revealing 2. Dead. Reveal another one. It's a Fell Beast. Oh, man. First position, we have to draw a creature and place it in front of it. We do not want to do that. I mean, I can leave all the undead I want. I'm trying to get multiple undead. Because of because of Cleanse Undead. Deal 6 to it. Plus 5. Yeah, I'm gonna need multiple undead to really have a chance at this. I can literally use a die on that, kill a bunch of undead, and then do it again to defeat more undead. So we'll see how the undead coming out. But right now, only seeing 2 has been a problem. I definitely don't want to draw any more creatures, and I know I have another Fell Beast. Did I kill another Fell Beast yet? I know both Fell Beasts were in that first round, which is yeah. So this is the only Fell Beast we're gonna have to face this round, which is great. So the die stuff is good. 7, 10. Maybe I use that die. I can use this 6 and this 5. I'm killing the Fell Beast. And I'm just relying a lot on undead and melee actions here. Revealing this, it's a metal golem, cannot attack anyone behind him. I'm going to do the throw axe, make him suffer 8 damage. Revealing this, it's another undead. Fantastic. I'm going to cleanse undead. Oh, there's going to be more undead, though. Still think that's the right play. Alright, cleanse undead. Both these dudes are out. Alright, this reveals it's an Ember Drake. Exhaust an ability. Woof. And the Necromancer. Ah, God, I forgot about the Necromancer. I knew that I would have done the 7 before instead of the 6, and then I could use the 6 to cleanse undead. And now I still have that available. I forgot the Necromancer's in the game. I'm editing that. No way. Exhaust an ability, though, is gross. I'm going to exhaust. I know there's friggin' vampires, which is a problem. Don't want to exhaust Magic Sword. I don't want to exhaust the Dragon Lance. It's so bad. If I use all the dice early, though, then I guess it doesn't matter what I exhaust. I can exhaust. Putting them in the back face down. I'll just try to use all my dice quick. So I'm going to exhaust Slumber. I have to add 2 undead. I just know the vampire's there, but if I use all my dice, the vampires can't steal unused dice. So we're going to get 2 undead, 1, 2. They're back. Now I'm going to exhaust Cleanse Undead, kill them again. Fire is -3. Oh, that affects a lot. 1, 2, 3. So we are actually only seeing 1 right now. This is brutal. This is absolutely insane. I'm going to use this 4 to kill the Ember Dragon. The fact that he was in that position was super gross. And then again, I want to use all my dice. I don't have Cleave back. I don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna do this to kill the Necromancer. We reveal the next one is the Forest Giant. Reveal the next creature. It's an Acolyte. Draw a creature, add it to the Horde. So his health is increased by the next creature in line. So his health is now a 13. That's too many. I'm going to not want to kill that. I've used those dice. Well, it's the only chance I can get a second creature in line. I'm going to kill the Acolyte, but again, if this is going to be a vampire, it's going to be a problem. Oh, it's a summon. Discard this card to the graveyard, replace with a top card from the Horde deck, then draw the top card from the Hallowed deck and add it to the Horde. Well, there are no more Hallowed cards, but this goes here, this comes out. It's the freaking vampire. Oh, that's so stupid. Yep. Oh, I got lucky he went over there. That's bad. So he steals the 8. His health is that. I can kill him with Shield Bash. We just lost an 8, though. And Shield Bash. That was expensive. This comes out. All I have left is 3. The Werewolf comes out. Each forest creature in line has their health doubled. There are no forest creatures in line, but that means his health is 18. I'm going to spend... Yeah, I'm down to the dregs here, kids. It's not gonna work. Yeah, I don't got enough. I was close. Close, but not quite. I had too many exhausted abilities. And I need at least one unexhausted. So yeah, it's just not gonna matter. The Ember Drake coming out when it did was like super bad. Super bad. That first position ability really like killed a lot of my chances. Because if I still had Slumber left, and I could have gotten that die back from the vampire. But there was really, I mean, even if I exhausted I forget what I used. No, because I used Dragonlance to kill the thing. I don't think there was another ability I could have exhausted instead of Slumber. And then the Slumber, the problem is I just put him back there, and then he's still gonna just come out and wipe me clean. Um, I mean, if I do, you know, Magic Sword to kill him, yeah, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. Ah, it's so annoying. So this guy's dead. This guy still lives. My fire is down. I mean, the most I can get damage wise on him is I'd have to exhaust this and this. That's only 9, but then I wouldn't have any unexhausted abilities left to survive this final battle. So these were the ones that got added from the Horde deck. It was a werewolf. The Wraith Lord is nasty. He means you exhaust an ability, so that would have been like a non-starter. And then the Forest Giant. Forest Giant's obviously not the problem, but yeah, the combination of Unhalloweds, the Necromancer putting 2 undead back after I'd already done the Cleric thing, the Ember Drake being first position, it was just way too much of a battle. But the fact that we got there was pretty freaking bananas. Still a great game. Let's pull it off. The first round was brutal and kind of sealed your fate. Yeah, dude. It's cool that I was able to survive as long as I did. I just never got on top of it, and I just not rolling. If I could have revealed another. Like if I could have revealed the Rangers, if I got another 6, I only rolled a 6 the second round. But if I rolled any more 6s, I could have potentially healed Long Shot. Long Shot's really great in that final round because you just like kill 2 things right out. Get lucky, kill the Ember Drake. The Cleric, I mean, he was just injured. Yeah, I mean, I finished that first round and I had 7 exhausted abilities. That's a lot to overcome, but this was super fun. What a cool way to enter the weekend. I really do dig this game a lot, a lot, a lot. Um, I might have been on a pretty lucky streak because I started playing it insane and like I won like 3 in a row, and then I came in, that for last video and got trounced. And this one was like a really super close game. But as Paul said, like, it's when you pull it off, it's such a freaking cool feeling. Having 2 summons that made you exhaust a card, I don't remember what the originals were and what the expansion ones were. Like that immediately exhausting an ability card definitely added up. I pulled that 4 times. So when you start figuring how many times I had to exhaust a card, and still came into the final battle with I think 7 active abilities out of 12. Like that was actually okay, maybe 8. But again, you just kind of I lost them so freaking quick, just with a number of things that were really piling on. But yeah, what a really cool game, and being able to survive as long as I did, I will take that as a moral victory in the annals of solo playthroughs. And yes, I said annals in case somebody peeked up and said, "What did he say?" Annals. It's a word. Look it up. I admire if you're playing on super hard. 4 summons is insane. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's sometimes like again, I played this with my friend Zach, and like we smashed it. Like just we had the Beastmaster and the Cleric and the Knight and the Warrior, I think, or maybe the Ranger, like just smashed. It was okay. It was but this was super cool, man. I really dig this game, and like I just like pushing the envelope with these games. Like having that scalability, I think is a really sign of a great game. That's where Siege of Valeria kind of loses me a little bit because it doesn't have that much scalability, and I don't. I find the settings as they are really easy to win. Can you win and have 13 cards left? That's where the challenge comes in for sure. So, but Paul, thanks for all the help in the chat. Still curious if I had an exhausted ability with the Cleric or not. Obviously would not have made a difference. We'll be back next week. I got the next Spirit from Horizons of Spirit Island. Super excited about that. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of McKee, a playthrough of Lost Expedition, and I think I'm going to go back to Uprising because I miss it, because I love that game so freaking much. I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. Questions, comments, epiphanies, put them in the comment section below. Thanks again to Rock Manor Games for giving me this game. I really, really love it. And yeah, that's about it. Have a great weekend, everybody. Till next time, happy gaming.